So what do you do when you find yourself playing a game, getting to the end, right at the end boss, and then stumbling upon a glitch that prohibits you from finishing the game? And even modding and cheating doesn't help you out of that. I guess normally you would just take the game and just quit it because you're right at the boss. Why would you want to do all over again? Unless, of course, you have the option to do hard mode game, new game plus in hard mode, if that makes any sense. And this is what we're going to be looking at. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. We're just going to take a little look at the gameplay of the hard mode plus. So it's going to be less focused on story and just kind of seeing the differences in difficulty. Apparently you get way more damage, but considering this is a new game plus character, I want to see if I would just one-shot everything, and why not just record it, right? So I basically skipped the opening cutscene. Because like I said, New Game Plus, no real reason for story stuff as long as you continue doing stuff that you've done already, right? And that actually reminds me of a couple of quests already that I've done previously. Yeah, you can restore health, blah 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 blah. Let's see. I should be getting my pawn right now.
That man, you are not
Thank you. Yeah, just let me pass through all of this. Do I have my pawn yet? I do not. Okay, make for the encampment.
That is...
When am I getting my pawn again? I don't know. So basically, for those who don't know, this game is well, it's an RPG that is kind of similar in the fighting system to Dark Souls. But the big difference is that this is straight up an RPG with questing and I'm going to say, more streamlined storyline than Dark Souls. But the comparison in the fighting mechanics is definitely there. And as you can see, even though I just started, I have a shit ton of items here in basically my storage box. Which means that the first thing I'm going to do is, finding the set that I've used in my last playthrough. Alright, now this looks much better and much more what I remember from before I started New Game Plus. Alright, so let's take a look at the quests that you can potentially do. So what do you do in this game? Well, obviously you have your main storyline as usual, and then you have a couple of side quests ranging from people that give you side quests or the notice board that you just saw earlier. She also has a little quest for us. She needs, if I remember correctly, she needs some herbs. Which now gives us, well, even more things to do. You have this beautiful little quest overlay here that shows you what you can do. It also shows you the completed quests, which I've already done too because of the tutorial bullshit. Let's get outside of the town though, and let's go into the main aspect and the most fun aspect of this game, the fighting mechanics. Because similar to Dark Souls, that's the just main catch in this game, and honestly fighting is so much fun. Actually, now that I... Okay, so I do not see any skills though. Poor Reynard. Come here. Let's help him. Yeah, I know how to attack. Come on, it's not my first time here. Okay, so what I can definitely see is... I remember, or I think I remember... Yeah, come on, enough with the tutorials. Enough with the tutorials! If I remember correctly, those things, or those goblins gave like 50 experience? So now they give me 5 times that? Wait, I do have my... Wait, I do have my bow skills. Why do I not have my... Oh, I have some of my dagger skills active. Wait a minute. I am confused because... Well, In the bottom right, you can basically see the... Thank you, yeah, that's the goblin. You can see what you can do with the different buttons. And if you hold one of the weapons... Yeah, one of the two keys or buttons to use a weapon. In my case, left trigger. Come on. There we go. Left trigger is my bow and right trigger is my dagger. If you take one of them out, you can see in the bottom right different skills. And different skills can be learned in a... Thank you. By basically killing a lot of stuff. Oh, wow. Level up versus rabbits. That's cool. Yeah, skills can be gained by just killing stuff, getting different kinds of experience. I think they're called skill points. Pretty basic. And then just utilizing them to unlock new skills. It's pretty straightforward in that regard. Oh, wait. I think I know why I don't have... my dagger skills. Okay. I think this should be able to change here now. Let's see. Okay, more cutscenes, blah blah blah. Okay, so things are as I... Yeah, learn and skill. That is something that can be used... Wait, I do have a lot of... Wait, what? Okay, fine. So basically what we can see here is the different spells, not spells, skills that you can learn. And you have these discipline points, that's what I call it, not skill points. And by using them you can, well, use 2000 in my case here and learn Pilfer. Let's see, what do I need? Advanced form of spirit that reduces stamina consumption. Okay, that sounds good. And I think I do not have my... When you run... I think I do not have my skills because I am not in the right class that I was when I changed my game. Advanced trigger. Create enough more strikes, sure. And mad dash. Sure. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good enough. Because also in this game you're able to change your skills. And not just your skills, but also your class, which will allow you to equip different varieties of weapons, as well as being able to utilize different skills. Skills and weapons, yeah, that's basically it. Okay, what do I want to do next? God of Ethrian, approach the voice that beacons from the center of the camp. Sure thing. Now this should give me... Search the area. Oh lord. Like I don't want to redo the story, that's for sure. At least not up to the part where I was. Check. I think what happens is I go out of here. And a cutscene triggers, that's it. This should allow me if... Oh no, it's not that point yet. It's not that point yet. Another part of this game is that there are, more often than not, bigger types of enemies, like giant foes, that you can fight in different methods, which is really fucking cool. Like, I'm definitely going to be able to show you one of those at least. In, I don't know, a couple of minutes probably. Right now, we're just going to help these weak dudes kill an ogre that's already down and some goblins, so nothing too difficult. Actually, never mind. We already have one enemy like that. This ogre. Though this ogre is almost dead, as you can see from the health bar at the top. What you can do though in this game is you can actually climb your enemies, which is absolutely fantastic. Which will allow you to grab his head and then smash him. Well, that's his neck, it's not his head, so let's grab a top. Oh shit. Okay, not do that though. That doesn't help you. Come on. Let me down. But yeah, you can climb your enemies and then do stuff like that and mush them right in the eye. And that is incredibly fun. It is a little bit better later on when you are a little bit more focused on what you're actually doing here. And you don't have to fiddle around with like 10 different enemies. As well as dealing with these low-level scrubs that nobody wants to deal with anyway. Okay, so now that rift, that little stone we talked to earlier, is ready to talk to us. Now, what is that stone going to do? That stone is going to allow us to enable the other big part of this game. And we'll get to that in a couple of seconds, I guess. Actually, you can heal me. Oh my lord, your heal skills are slow. Do it again. Thank you very much. Haha, and now I have my dagger skills. That's good. So now that we've done that, we should be able to get our own companion. Which allows us to basically create a second character that is on our, by our side throughout the whole game. And because I'm in New Game Plus, it is just taking my previous settings and just applying them to this character. But without going really into this, you can customize these characters so much. Like, if we just take a little look here. Like, these are all the things you can technically change, right? The eyes, the brows, the nose. How muscular your character is. And then even some things like facial hair, wrinkles, makeup, color adjustment. You can do a lot of things. As well as obviously your name, gender, build, and voices, which is kind of neat. But yeah, I want to just continue with the way my character worked in the beginning. Continue. And then you get to pick a class for him. Which for him was Fighter. Actually, it wasn't Fighter, it was something else, but I'll have to change that when I actually unlock these new classes, I guess. Or at least the option to change classes once again. We'll see. And now, saving content, come on. Come on. There we go. Hi, my pawn. Come here. Our very own pawn. Let's go. Now, the other thing you can do... Shut up, tutorial. You are looking fine. And you're looking very similar to me. I don't like that. What you can also do is that we now access the stone. You're able to recruit up to 2 more pawns, as they're called in here. And these pawns, well... The one you just create, or I just created rather, is always on your side. But the 2 other ones are just pawns that you can change whenever you feel like, depending on what your party currently needs. And then in this whole menu here, you can search for ones that actually other players have made, which is a really neat feature. In the same way, other players can pick your pawn, which sometimes gives you items or information that they gather while they're doing quests with somebody else. But what I'm looking for here right now is because I'm playing an archer and a rogue, basically, like a combination of those things, or a thief, like daggers and bows. That's my weapons. My main pawn is basically a tank, right, with a big 2-handed sword. And to have a fitting combination, we do need 2 mages, basically. So let's see. With a little bit of filtering here, I should be able to get, like, something pretty fast. It's a really neat feature, though, that you can actually, like, see what other characters have done. Though it has to be said, if you're a fan of playing with a lot of male characters, you're gonna have some trouble finding pawns, because I'm gonna say 80% of the pawns are female. Okay, you're decent looking. You're also decent looking. You are... Damn.
Yes, Arisen?
You look very fine. Let's take you, actually.
I am honored to travel.
And yeah, sure. Come on.
Yes, Arisen.
And you. Wait, are you?
Yes, Arisen.
Are you male? You look female, but you sound male, so you're probably female. Male. What?
Yes, Arisen.
Okay, you look interesting enough.
You cannot take on any more followers.
Yeah, I do not need this level 6 dude. The one we got in the beginning. That's just... Go away. Just go away. Okay, so now we have a party of 2 males, 2 females. That is like... just exactly what I want. Now, with that done,
A Riftstone.
we should be able to continue a little bit further into the quest line. And actually, oh yeah, we now have a little bit of tutorial. Which is kind of pathetic, but what are you gonna do? We need to destroy certain objects in a certain amount of time. Destroy or collect them? I'm not sure. Let's see, let's just go with it. Like, who needs text? Okay, that definitely looks like collecting. Move the cargo, yeah, it even says that. Now, another giant feature of this game is the whole aspect of being able to carry a lot of stuff. And that I'll be able to show you a little bit more and deeper when I'm actually back in fighting, because, well, you can see right now that I'm carrying boxes, but that's not really that interesting. I mean, not just not that interesting, it just isn't interesting at all. But what you can do is, if I go to our friend Darlism, you can actually pick up people and throw them. Yeah, okay, we finished that one, that's alright. Next one, I think we have 3 of those. Destroy the scarecrows. Uh-huh. Let's see, that's that one, and... where else do we have scarecrows? There's one. Where do we have another one? There are 2. Okay, I can't hit for shit. Never mind, that was good enough. And the third trial. Destroy more scarecrows. Sure. I'm not completely sure what the difference between the 2 scarecrow types is. I think it's just the amount of damage they can take. Well, yeah, that is just extremely straightforward here.
There's no way we could have lost to that.
Are we done? Yeah. Okay, so now we've proven ourselves, because as usual in these games, you're like this big, important dude. You're the Arisen, as you like to be called here, and apparently nobody trusts you being the Arisen, even though basically in the beginning of the game, a giant dragon came and ripped out your heart, which we can't see. Okay, so now the next step should, if I remember correctly, to just sleep a bit. No, yes, no? Manage start item, okay. Do we have another thing that's important here? Yes, you can see this is what I did earlier, like combine, deposit and withdraw your items. It's basically the storage that is persistent throughout every character that lets you interact with it. Then you have change equipment, which is pretty self-explanatory, and then you have combine. This game has a shit ton of items that you can craft things together. Personally, in normal mode, I kind of haven't really felt the need to. I've kind of went and tried to get one of each item more or less, but in general, so far I haven't felt the need to really do a lot of crafting. But I don't know, maybe that'll change. I mean, I didn't complete everything because of the sad glitch in the beginning. So let's see, if I sleep, do I get the next part of the story? Now this unfortunately takes years to access the server, because basically whenever you sleep, first you save the game, and second of all, the game checks if your pawn has been used by somebody else since the last time you slept. which for some weird reason takes ages to do. Come on, any minute now. Any minute now. Let's do this. Keep me accessing server finished. Thank you very much. Okay, the game just repeats that. Oh, you. Hi.
I am Mercedes. Make use of the encampment as you will.
Okay. I wasn't supposed to do the rest on my own. She was supposed to initiate the rest. And now we get to fight. Oh boy, what do we get to fight? Let's watch this little cutscene. Hi. You're beautiful. So we get to fight a Hydra. Or Hydra, or however you want to call that thing. And just to be sure, let's have a little save here. Alright, you have a shit ton of HP. Let's see, the first like real boss in hard mode. Let's see how big the difference is going to be in difficulty. Similar to Dark Souls, you definitely want to... Oh lord, where are you going? You definitely want to take a look out for your health. No. That is pretty much in every RPG. You want to take a look for your stamina. Because if you do not have enough stamina, you will get exhausted. And that will basically mean you can't move for like a couple of seconds. Unless you get, until you get some stamina back. Or one of your minions helps you get back on your feet again. Hello, first head. Now, unfortunately, you do not get to fight the whole snake. However, she now thinks, hey, that's a beautiful item, let us present that to the king. Which is basically exactly what we're gonna do next. If I can remember how to trigger that. Regroup with Sir Mercedes. Let's have a look. Here you can see the map, which is kind of like a spoiler probably if you haven't played this yet. But, you know, what are you gonna do, right? Yeah, the map is kind of big. It's not as big as I anticipated it to be, but it's still... I don't know, it's big enough, basically. That's what I'm getting at. I think if I remember correctly, my first playthrough took me 30 hours roughly, with doing a lot of stuff, but not even everything, but like a lot of near endgame stuff I just had to skip for, I don't know why, for some weird reason. And yeah, I think there's probably like another 5 to 10 hours if I would have just continued to do everything and check out every place. I don't know, maybe close to 5. But in addition to this normal mode, you obviously have the hard mode that we can see here, which I'm probably getting a little bit late into, but it gives you more rewards, more experience, more money from enemies, more skill points, or rather more, what was it called again? Discipline points, that's it. As well as making sure you receive double the damage.
Hi there. Now, let us talk of...
Another aspect of this game that I haven't been able to show you so far is the enhancing mechanic. Basically, by collecting a lot of items, you're able to upgrade your weapons and armor. And can I actually do something that is worthwhile? Not really. Leather cape. I'm not interested in upgrading this one. No, there isn't really anything worth upgrading. Oh, wait, my main pawn still has terrible equipment. What am I even thinking about here? You still have your terrible, terrible equipment. Let us fix that right now. Let us absolutely fix that. Come here.
Have your pick.
Manage sort items, change equipment, let's go. Yeah, he is like a buff dude who just takes something he can't equip right. God damn it, he can't equip it right now because of his skill, because of his class. God damn it. Let's see, but we can give him something better, that's for sure. Now, if I only could remember the set that I gave him earlier. I think it must have been something like that. I'm gonna check that out in detail a little bit later on. But for now, this stuff just has to do. I mean, the content isn't really difficult right now, so it's not that we're like missing a lot of stuff. And I think you had the feather cape? Yeah, that might be close. Granted, he does look nothing like a tank. I am very much aware of that fact, but what are you gonna do? Actually, that one is better. Well, I guess it looks a little bit better. Okay. Now that we've done that, let us go and let's do some questing. Let us do some questing. What do you want?
Hello. Yes.
Right. Okay. You can also add random pawns from throughout the world that are spawned randomly. And as you can see by the name and her outfit, this is someone, or this is a pawn somebody else created called Waifu, and she's standing here in a thong. Which might be your case, or your something you want to have in your party. I personally do not. Now, why did I go at night? Because daytime actually affects a couple of things here. Different to... What? What do you want again? What do you want again? A new area has been unlocked. Visit a custodial period. Oh yeah, right. That's actually DLC that I think DLC that I haven't touched. Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't even remember. Yeah, the night. Basically, the night allows you, or allows the game to spawn different types of enemies, which is pretty cool. There are just some items, some enemies that just will never be there at daytime. Okay, it's beautiful how easy these enemies are.
There's no way we could have lost to that. This looks interesting. It must have washed up.
How is this an ambush? That is not an ambush. Unfortunately, I still can't show you my favorite skills. As I say that, I try out some of these thief skills, which I haven't used in a while, and oh boy. Oh boy. Generally, if you don't like the fighting system in this game, there's not really that much for you to do. Like this, while the story is, I'm gonna say decent, it is also kind of cryptic, but doesn't really entice you to figure out more. If that makes any sense. Whereas in like Dark Souls, you just want to find out how things in the world work. Here we often do not have that. Excuse me, I'm talking. What are you doing? Why would you talk when I'm talking? What? You're rude.
It's a grand tree.
No, I'm actually not even sure if you can see something. So let's use a little lantern.
Tree's feet, like so many verdant children.
What's that? Wolves hunting back.
What else would you expect?
Wow, okay, yeah, you're really easy to defeat. Also, something else to keep in mind, which is really neat, is the capability of modding this game. Personally, I'm a big fan of modding, so I just had to check out what's available for modding, and there are quite a couple of things that I've used. Or that I am using, actually, not just that I've used. Also right in this little first impression video. First of all, we have the ability to collect items faster, which is something that I could maybe show you if I find another... Yeah, this tree thingy here. This trunk. Once I actually finish off these goblins... Actually, I'm on fire. Wow, that's not nice. Okay, so basically what one of the mods does is... Shut up, Wolf. Allows me to collect these trunks, items on these trunks, much faster. As you can see, the animation is like almost instant, where it otherwise would take like 3 to 4 seconds.
Roots of this sort of tree often yield useful herbs and other plants.
Thanks for that bit of information. I'm so amazed by you telling me that. Unfortunately, the pawns do talk quite a lot, so that might get on your nerves after a little while. Yeah, then graphic improvement mod, some ENB, some version of ENB, I have no idea which one. And actually, I don't even remember what else. I want to say some more texture. Yeah, right, some basically just some quality of life things, right? Like in the item menu, the things... The rare items and the things you've equipped are a little bit more visible. Go away. And actually I think that might be it. I can't think of any other mods really that I'm using. However, the Nexus does have quite a decent... Jesus. Okay, yeah, thank you for Meteor. The Nexus does have quite a selection. It's not on par with Skyrim or things like that, but it does have things that make the gaming experience quite a bit better. Okay, so let me check the quests again. Off with its head. Where do I want to go for this one? At the top there. Yeah, that's where I came from. What am I even talking about? I want to see what else I can do right now. That is bandit, that is mice. Deliver flowers. Benita requires sunbright and moonglow for her pollution. First gather some sunbright and bring them to her. I might actually have some of those in my storage from my previous playthrough. Something else I want to check out though is one of the areas that you can access from over here. Not the area I talked earlier about, which I have never checked before, but something I, well, have checked. Yeah, this guy. He basically is telling us that this well seems to be really weird. So what we're gonna do, obviously, we're just gonna jump down there and check whatever the hell is going on. Obviously, it's gonna be something really nice and pleasant and... yeah, sure. Another, I guess, tip that I can give you... Are you mice or are you rats? What are you considered? I don't know. Collecting all items in this game is something that is not really that important. Like, generally I'm the kind of guy who just has to collect like every single item that is like everywhere. Open every chest and, you know, just collect everything. However, for two things, that is not something I would actually recommend to other people. A, the map is quite huge for that feat. And B, just come on, go away, go away. Actually, 3 reasons. The map is quite big. The items are generally not even that important. Like, you don't even need that many healing items, at least on normal mode. I guess if you start on hard mode from the get-go, that might be different. And third of all, items actually respawn. Which took me a really long time to realize. I was just constantly thinking that I've missed some chests on my like first run through a dungeon or something. However, no, in fact, I don't know in what intervals, but after some time, every chest and every flower will regrow and be full of items yet again. Okay, you were considered mice. So yeah, and for that reason as well, it's not that important to actually collect items. Like, I think I have like over 100 skulls in my storage unit, which I will never need. Okay. Hi. Let us go and fight some more enemies. Some, I have no idea how they're called. They remind me of lurkers from Gothic. But I guess they're Charmeleons? How do you call them in English? I have no idea. things that can camouflage themselves. That's basically what they are. However, yeah, I am way too overpowered for this hard mode right now. They do not scale with you, I think. However, though, I must say the damage they're doing is really something. And something else, I don't know, there are like a lot of things about this game that just you'll notice after playing for a while. In battle, generally, for each enemy you want to find out a different specific way to beat them. Again, kind of similar to Dark Souls. For instance, with these things, you want to cut off their tail, and once you've done that, they're actually you actually do way more damage to them, which is kind of, I don't know, but that's just the way it is. I do think I do need a giant fish for some sort of quest. But then again, the quest rewards are generally never that amazing. Especially like the side board, the bulletin board quests. They're generally just collect some items or defeat like a certain amount of enemies, and as a reward you get like X amount of money and X amount of XP. Pretty generic. Generous? No, generic. Oh, hi. Now where the game really exceeds though is in fighting versus other humans, because then you can more often than not use very neat skills. Like, I don't think I'll be able to show that, but for instance my thief, when I change class, has the ability to counter or parry enemies, which is just beautiful. It's just so fun. Like, she basically readies up her arms, and if you do that at the same moment, actually you have quite a couple of seconds to prepare that. But if you are in that stance while the enemy attacks you, you just lunge over them, stamp on the here. What am I trying to say? Grab onto their shoulders and just slit their wrist from behind and do like massive amounts of damage. It's beautiful. It's so fun to actually do that, and just pay attention to your surroundings. Honestly, at the point where I think I was a little bit over leveled, even though I haven't even done everything. But most enemies were kind of, wow, okay, you destroyed that with so much power. Great, you're amazing. Yeah, with so much power, yeah. That most enemies actually felt kinda simple. Even like bigger hordes of enemies were not that difficult. Which I guess would be a good reason to instantly start on hard mode. Use a lantern. I know what a lantern does. I have one equipped right now, game, please. Okay, but also, yeah, you have things like this more often than not. Or like roughly 10 enemies are here to attack you. Please don't think that the game is as easy as I make it out to be. That is definitely not the case. Oh lord, oh lord. Okay, that's a lot of damage that I'm getting. Actually, maybe I'm not making it out to look very easy. Also, I'm blind right now, which is not ideal. And I'm also almost dead, which is also not ideal. Okay, good. Let us see if I can... Yeah, you can use you to heal a little bit. And what are you doing? Some milk, some fish, stamina, I don't need that. Decent amount of heal. Unfortunately, I haven't checked the skills of my two mages that I've made join my party. And apparently none of them have heal. Can you help me? Any chance of you helping me? Because I don't really want to look at the screen right now. No, it doesn't really look like it. Okay, I do know that my mage is just going nuts and doing like crazy meteor skills again. Okay, this doesn't help me right now, and I don't think I have an item that actually helps me here. Which means what I can do is... Okay, so that's that quest over there, which I don't want to do right now. Then we have... This quest, sure, requires Sunbright. Yeah, sure. Another thing you have in this game is the ability to quick teleport with eternal fairy stones or normal fairy stones, which I can't use right now for some apparent reason. Was it because I was blind? Maybe. In order to not have to travel on foot throughout the whole land, because as far as I know there's nothing like horses or something, you have the ability to use so-called fairy stones to teleport to very specific points. Later on in the game you're able to set up some of these teleport points manually, which is really helpful. And anybody else here? No, yes, you're here. Go to hell. And to use such a teleport, you have to use fairy stones. Now, fairy stones are, I think, with the like PC port version that I have, which has like all the DLC and stuff like that, a little bit more simple, because you do get a so-called, if I go to my inventory, a so-called eternal fairy stone. And the eternal fairy stone is a fairy stone you can use over and over. Why can I not use you though? Okay. Apparently I'm in the middle of a quest that allows me, or that does not allow me to use such a fairy stone. Which means we're just gonna head over back to the city, and then we're actually gonna yeah, be ending that episode then. Oh, this video rather, it's not an episode. So probably the last thing, and one of the most fun things about this game that I can mention, is the acrobatics that you can do. What? No, I do not want to deal with the villagers. Fuck off. While you do have stamina, you also have the ability to use that for not just fighting, but for jumping around and just being a little, I don't know. Pick a word here. Pick some word. To be able to jump around and just climb a bunch of stuff. And throughout the game you'll find a lot of treasures and chests that are just in places you can only reach by climbing. Okay, as you can see right now, I use too much stamina, which means I am fatigued now. Thankfully, these enemies are just way too fucking easy. But yeah, it is really fun to like climb on top of stuff. And actually, yeah, I can show that in the city a little bit more. So give me a quick moment here to tumble around a bit. And yeah, we are almost there. Bear with me for a little moment longer. Thankfully, inside of towns, you do have unlimited stamina, which allows you to climb a little bit more and just more freely move around.
Hometown, is it not, Arisen?
Yeah, it is my hometown. Thank you very much. Because basically what all these staminers and jump abilities allow you to do is hop on top of buildings and just climb on top of roofs and just check out what you can find from here. To be fair, that wasn't the best roof to jump on, but there is one more over here that is actually way more entertaining. Come on, let's go up here. Okay. And then you see that all of these roofs here are somehow accessible by just jumping over everything. Later on in the game, you're able to unlock the double jump ability that I have, which is also really neat. Can I climb to that? Yes, I can. And also, there's a reason to do it. While A, it's incredibly fun, you also find quite a lot of treasures on these roofs throughout the town. I cannot show you the major hub area of this game. There's like one city that is just massive and allows you to do so much climbing and just has so many sub areas. It is beautiful. And in areas like this, you're really gonna be glad to be able to jump around everywhere. It's just I love acrobatic in these type of games. Okay, so he's glad that we've done that. Your pawns sometimes can give you information, but most of the time they're just talking about things that are like already done and not really that interesting. Okay, and now all three said the same thing. Fuck off. But yeah, let's have a last night of sleep here.
This is
Oh, hi.
a fine bit of fortune you've come into.
Hi.
Are you?
I remember you.
If only there was some.
She wants help to get out of town, which is not something I'm going to do right now. Also, you seem to have a quest as well. So yeah, you can see there's a lot of things to do. But for this, or at this point, we're going to be ending this episode, and let's have a good night rest here.
It is a matter of warding the
Not now, come on, just let me have a sleep here.
tired cousin. Come to me.
So yeah, while we're sleeping, Dark Arisen is a beautiful, or Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is a beautiful game. It is really fun. I just hope that the glitch that I had like a couple of hours ago is not gonna repeat itself. Because if it does, I'm gonna cry. Because I want to finish this game. Like, I don't know. I didn't even talk about other aspects of the game, like for instance the equipment. Like I just love how my character looks. It is just so fantastically to watch just the cape fly around, right?
Seems a fair place to rest.
I don't know. If you like RPGs, if you like Dark Soul-esque fighting mechanics, then this game is definitely something for you. I'm pretty sure my minions do agree, even though they're... What are you doing? What are you even doing? Just... Could you like maybe like move out of my face? Is that like a possibility? Yeah, okay. So let us end there. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first impression of hard mode, I guess. I hope you get this game too. That's really all I can say. It's a beautiful game. I really enjoy it. Go play it. Thank you for watching and goodbye.